Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's topic is on habits. So I'll start by saying I'm not some big guru on habits and, got it all sus, but I have learned a lot. I have learned how to get habits in place. I read a lot, listen a lot, and have done for years. So I'm hoping if you're an average Joe like me, I might be able to help you. So let's have a sip of coffee and crack on. So habits, I like to think of them as keeping a promise to yourself. Deep, right? Here we go. So what I've learned is that we have over 70,000 thoughts a day, and most of those thoughts, they're not even, we're not even consciously thinking them. They're in our subconscious because they're what we've always done, wake up, I don't know, brush your teeth, make a coffee, whatever your little routine is that you do in the morning, for instance, or the way you've always done something. And we just do it because that's how we do it. We don't even have to think about it anymore. It's almost like, get up, robot. I don't know, if you're not watching this on video, you're going to think, what's she babbling on about? But, So we have our conscious and subconscious beliefs, and you might know about them, you might not, and I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but I'm just going to break it down for what I've learned. And I have wrote notes today, you'll be pleased to hear. So creating a habit, as we know, we're not stupid, it takes time. In fact, you read all sorts of memes online, don't you? 21 days to create a habit, 90 days to create a lifestyle. I'm not so sure about those. But one thing I have learned is if you want to create a habit, whether it be lose weight, stop smoking, whatever the thing be, take it in little chunks. So you might say a week or a month. A month's a good one. Say, right, I'm going to go full in for a month. And if this doesn't work out for me, I'll just go back to my old ways. And I don't know what it is, but psychologically, that seems to work better. Even me saying that now, because I don't know, growing up, I haven't been on a diet for years, and this is just one example, a weight loss thing, because I'm just thinking that we've just had January and stuff, and people have fallen off the wagon, and because the motivation's gone. So right now, for instance, you could be listening to this going, oh, habits, oh, that's a good one, and you're already starting to think of things that you'd like to change, and then once you come off the call, you'll potentially think, right, okay, she's right, yeah, they've got some good tools there, I'll start a habit. And then what will happen is the motivation will wear off. And that's the thing, isn't it? Getting through the motivation. And that's why it's really key to look at it in small sections, whatever the thing is. So one thing I've learned, so I've been getting up to work out Monday to Friday, I would say even through my blood cancer diagnosis. How nuts is that? Because before that, I'd already made it a lifestyle, because it's not just about your body, it's about your mind as well. When you get into good habits and you realise what you can achieve, my gosh, you can achieve so much more outside of, anything else. It's really deep, but I won't go into it now. So one thing I did do for January, I did share it online, but in case you missed it, is I got a walking mat. I'd seen them online. Actually, no, there was another podcaster I heard that was using it. She wasn't selling it or promoting it. She just said it really helped her because she was a single mum with 3 children. She found it really difficult to get out and about and walk a lot. Francesca Amber, her name is. And I'd heard her mention it a few times just in jest. And then I just thought, I'm actually going to look at this for January. And what really worked out with this one is it's a fold-away walking mat. I can't remember how much it was. It was like, you can get them anywhere, maybe somewhere between 90 and 100. Like, you can get all fancy pants ones as well, but it doesn't matter how fancy it is. It's whether you're going to stick to it, isn't it? And I thought, I think that will work for me because I do walk with the kids and stuff. Hubby does the morning school run. I think I've spoke about this before, just so I can manage my energy and my medication. And just managing in general, learning where you're best at. I'm more productive in the morning, so I should be working in the morning, really. And I thought that is something that I can sort of tuck behind the sofa, and it's not an eyesore. I've had a cross trainer before, and it kind of took over our dining room. We're in a Cornish cottage, you know. And it became an ornament. No, it didn't, because I used to use it, but it was just annoying. So I thought, okay, I can do that. I have got a gym membership, but it's only open certain times. I do my workouts in the morning, but this is something I can add my steps in. And I thought, dinner's on, or he's taking the boys to football. Maybe I want to listen to something. Maybe I want to listen to a podcast. Maybe I want to turn the music up like a nutter. Maybe this happened. that I watched Sex and the City, the old film. I can't remember, is it 2008? I want to say 2008 one time. And then on another, the calories just burn because I'm watching this show. Side note, make sure your volume is right up because the walking machines can be noisy. Anyway, my point to it was that was something easy I can do. Do you know what's not easy? Your alarm going off and knowing you don't really need to get up in the morning to do some exercise. And my God, I'm so proud of myself. I've done this for years. It doesn't mean I'm the fittest, the leanest. It's not about that. It's about how it's affected me mentally. And I tell you what, even this morning, I did not want to get up. Like, I keep getting ill. I don't know if it's... I don't have a spleen, so, you know, but I don't want to make this about me. This is about you. This is about me helping you and helping you think. And it helps me because I feel like I'm giving and, you know. Anyway, this morning I really didn't want to get up. My throat hurt, you know, and that kind of thing. And I got up because I'd created a habit, not because I'm better than anyone else, but because it was my habit, like brushing your teeth in the morning. It's just a habit. So I got up. I didn't go full throttle. I did a bit of yoga, actually. I mentioned that before I got into that, which is absolutely hilarious, really, because but there's all sorts of yoga, but it's funny the things you get into once you give it a try. So, you know, don't knock it till you tried it. So it could be, and I've got on like a health thing, but it could be learning something. Could be that you want to read, could be that you want to do Audible, could be that, like me, you want to do some personal development. Start off with 15 minutes Audible a day, listen to podcasts. I could be part of, you know, we talked about, you know, becoming your friend in the phone. And it's true, because some of us, we don't have positive get up and go people around us. Like, I felt a bit like that to an extent, moving here. I've made some good friends. I'm not slating anybody, but I've had to put myself out there to go to networking and stuff like that to kind of meet my tribe. That sounds really weird, doesn't it? My tribe. But do you know what I mean? So I could be one of your friends that you listen to weekly. I may do it more than weekly once I get into grips with the editing and I'm not such a dinosaur, but here I am. You could even have a mate that you have an accountability with. So if there's something you're trying to achieve, and we'll go back to the weight loss thing. Sorry, I keep flicking back to this one, but it's just one that a lot of people talk about. You could have a mate and you say, all right, hello, I don't know, Joe Blogs, or, you know, whatever the name be. Yeah, other names are available. I'm up, I've done this and that, or I've got my, I don't know, 8,000 steps that I wanted to get in. You hear about 10,000 steps all the time, but I think it's just another, is it buzzword? Like a buzz phrase that just, you know, it's not just about 10,000 steps. And for some people, that's not doable. It's about being a better version of yourself. So whatever you're doing now, if you're doing something more, you know, it's going to change anyway. Another thing would be, like with that scenario, is don't buy junk food on the food shop. Make it, you know, when I said about making things easy, make things hard as well. So when I said make things easy and I said get a walking mat, you know, that you can just tuck away, as an example, there are other examples. Because the only reason I say that is because if you're like me, I hate the cold and I really feel the cold. So going out walking extra than what I need to do, it doesn't cut it for me. It's not sexy for me. I'm not loving that. But having the walking mat, I can fit that in. Could do 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, you know, whatever. Make it easy, but making it hard is not buying the junk food in. So if you do want a snack, it becomes an effort to come and get it. Do you know what I mean? A bit like smoking. If you're giving up smoking, don't go, oh, I'll have this little packet of cigarettes or this pouch of tobacco, whatever, in a drawer just in case. You know, I'm not going to use it, but just in case, because you always know that's there. That's always going to be a backup, you know, and it and it's too easy just to go and grab it. So don't make it easy for yourself. That's what I've learned as well. I wrote notes today, you'd be very proud. Yeah, and I've put down here that perhaps don't say, right, this is it, my life is going to change, enough's enough. You know, you don't have to be like that. I'm just checking this. Oh, it is recording. You don't have to be like that. You can just say, okay, this month I'm going to give it my all for this month to start making changes. You know, when you write some notes and you're thinking, oh, crikey, I can't read my own writing. You can also get hypnosis that you listen to at night as well. That's what I was going to say as well. I think, again, I've mentioned it before, Francesca Amber has a sleep hypnosis, like a hypnosis that you can listen to at night. There are all sorts of hypnosis you can get from different people. Obviously, make sure they're legit and have a research. Sticking your earphones in at night, my goodness, you can get becoming more successful. You can get weight loss. You can get to stop smoking. You can get to push yourself more in business. You can get love hypnosis if you know you're coming up for Valentine's Day and thinking of that, meeting someone. You can get all sorts of things that you can listen to at night, and they won't work straight away. Again, they're a habit too. So once you've got into the system, I think they say 21 days in a row, and it starts to sink in. It's incredible. I know I've just lightly touched on subconscious and conscious mind and everything, because it's a bit of a mind, isn't it? But it is so cool once you start telling yourself, if hypnosis or every day, and I've spoke about thoughts before, once you start telling yourself something over and over again, it's a bit like they say with kids, isn't it? If you start telling a kid they're great, or acknowledging something when they've done something great, every single time, it changes how they think about themselves. So can you imagine if you start telling yourself, you start looking in the mirror and say to yourself, do you know what, you're a good person, you're hot, you've got this, you can do that, you can do anything and everything. Start talking to yourself like your own best friend. I mentioned this on an interview I had with Cassie Kemp. Be your own best friend. My goodness, if you get that into your heads, if you look at yourself and stop picking at yourself, none of us are perfect, load of crap, load of shit, whatever. Sorry if you don't like swearing, but you're probably in the wrong place. If you start looking at yourself and start picking out what you like about yourself every day, I like my eyes, I like my elbows, whatever your thing is, and start treating yourself like your own best friend, my gosh, you're gonna change your life. I promise you so much. You're gonna change the way you feel. Well, you've changed the way you think, you've changed the way you feel, and you're just gonna come across in a whole different energy, and it is actually life changing. And see what you attract. The other thing I wanted to touch on before I sort of end it, because these are a quick podcast, because I appreciate, you know, you might be on a dog walk or doing some chores, and we hear this all the time, so I am sorry if you have read this a million times, but your circle, let's say 5, I don't know if that's a key number or if someone made that up one day. 5 people. I want you to think now about the 5 people that are around you in your life. Yeah? Have you got drinkers? Big drinkers? Have you got complainers? Have you got the narcissistic, poor me victims? The ones that are always ill? The ones just can't lose weight? Too old, coming up for menopause. I don't care anymore. They will say I don't care. You do care. I don't care anymore. Think about the people that you've got around you. Try and think about people that are good influence. Try and think, right? I'm going to give you a challenge this week. Did I give one last week? Crikey, I need to keep on top of this. When you're with people, or with your friends or whatever, family members, have a think about how you feel after you've spoke to them. Do you feel energised? Or do you feel like you need to go and have a cigarette? Or get a snack? Or just feel really drained? It's really important. It's so important. Like, I can't even express. if you hang around with people that are like, yeah, let's go down the pub every Friday night, and they're drinking, they're waking up with a hangover, or Saturday night or whenever, or drinking every day, you're going to be the fifth person. So what do they say? Hang around with four people that are always drinking, you're going to be the fifth. Sorry, it's true. It happens. It's like the kids. The kids hang around with a bad crowd. It's only a matter of time before they start acting like it. Because it does. It's a primal thing. We want to be accepted. We don't want to be different. I told you before about getting emotional. I spent years just trying to fit in, thinking, don't think I am. Some people look at me and think, that bitch is so annoying. I don't care. Because I'm helping people. I know I'm helping people. I'm helping me, Health, are you hanging around with people that sit around watching, I was going to say Jeremy Kyle, I don't even know if Jeremy Kyle's on anymore, Jerry Springer, I don't know, whatever, all day scrolling on their phone when they could be going for a walk, walking the dog, getting out in the sunshine, going to the gym, on their walking mat, watching Sex and the City. Do you know what I mean? I never got into Sex and the City back in the day. I just, we all have an ex and an ex-partner, and yeah, I can remember it being in a whole different headspace in that sort of time. But so that was my example. But moaners, people that I'm always ill. That's always ill. These things always happen to me. What they're like, oh, I'm not lucky. I'm not this. Oh, poor me. Always happen. And after that, you're like, oh, it's so draining, isn't it? You need to choose your circle for your own good. You, especially the women listens, but men too, you're the heart of your family if you've got children. Your mood and the way you talk to yourself and to other people, your kids are watching. If you have kids or your partner's watching or whoever, they're watching and they're learning from you. You've got to get it right. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. In fact, I've had a bad morning this morning. My kids have been on one, But, it's what you do. That's another thing as well. It's not what you do sometimes, it's what you do often. And this is what I say to the kids. And this would go with the habit thing. So you might be on this healthy eating kick, balanced eating kick, right? And you might fall off the wagon. Do you know what? Because you're human, and we do. So you might fall off the wagon and think, I've heard this before, so don't pretend you haven't. Oh, stuff it. I've ruined it now. Oh, I'll start again Monday, or I'll start again tomorrow. Don't. Have your blip, start again the same day. You don't have to start again Monday because you've ruined it. Like with a diet thing, you might sit there and stuff 1,000 calories in one snack, But if you just get straight back on board with it, then it's fine, isn't it? But say this happens on Wednesday or Thursday and you think, oh, I'll start again Monday. So then you just binge. You get to Monday and you're probably worse off than what you were before. Or even walking and missed a day walking or missed a day exercise. I had a cigarette and everything. Okay, but it doesn't write off your whole day. It doesn't write off your whole week, and it doesn't write off your whole life. And again, you have got to be your own best friend. So if you take anything away from this, right? Trust yourself, be your own best friend, freaking love yourself, because you're always going to have yourself. Stop hating on yourself. You can do this one day at a time, one change at a time. Make things easy for you and make it hard to step off the wagon. I really hope you've taken something from this. I really hope you don't think, oh, she's preaching, she thinks she's Little Miss Perfect, because I bloody don't. I don't, but I've just learnt so much, and maybe you haven't learnt that yet, or you're on the way to it as well. And maybe something I said today has made you think, that bitch is right. So anyway, that's it today from me. But I appreciate everyone that listens to this, everyone that shares this. Maybe share this with a friend. I'm still waiting for my stuff to go on podcast. It has to go through like an authorization, but I'm on Spotify anyway. Here I am. But if you've got a friend that is trying to create a habit or is struggling with something, maybe this is for them. Send it over to them. Who knows? You might really help them. You can find me at Mary Ellen T22. Mary Ellen T22? No, Mary Ellen 20 T. Yeah, it's T22. I'll write it in here. I'm at maryellen.co.uk and I'm Mary Ellen on Facebook. And thank you so much